Thank you, everybody. I am here. I'm Kate McElliott. I'm the president and CEO of Pine Tree Society, and I'm here to thank you for your support of our incredible organization. I'm calling in today from our Flutie 5K, which is an incredible event where we get to celebrate our mission in action. It's a fully inclusive event where we welcome people of all abilities to participate in an accessible race. In a moment, you're about to hear from our incredible Camp Director, Dawn Willard Robinson. You're going to see our impact in action through our Adult Community Support and Early Learning Center and videos of camp. And what I want you to be thinking about as you hear about our 80th anniversary of camp and going into our 90th anniversary as an organization is just the incredible impact we've been able to create over the years on both ensuring that people with disabilities and people of all abilities have access to meaningful activities and a meaningful life, and also are able to be a part of our community that we're creating together. And we're so happy that you're a part of that Pine Tree Society community as well. And thank you for making all of this possible. We deeply appreciate it, and we deeply appreciate your partnership and your belief in a world where people of all abilities are able to access and participate meaningfully in all parts of our society. So thank you and enjoy.
Lights, camera, action. I'd like to welcome you all to the Prescott Family Theater here at Pine Tree Camp. This is a prime example of one of the amazing donor opportunities that we had to upgrade our theater space here at camp. My name is Dawn Willard Robinson. I'm the camp director. And I'd love to take just a few moments to talk today about all of the wonderful things that happen because of your generous support as donors. So this summer, we were able to offer 7 full sessions of camp for overnight camp. And we also offered 6 weeks of our day camp program. So that's our Camp Pinecone, the little guys that come that are 5 to 12. So this summer, we served campers that were 5 to close to 80 in age at different times during the summer. We were able to serve close to 600 campers. We were able to do all kinds of wonderful things. We had great weather. We had the lake stayed wonderful, and we were able to swim every day. So we just had an amazing opportunity for campers to come to camp. What does it mean when people donate money to Pine Tree Camp? Well, what happens is it allows us to keep our open door policy going. That means that every camper that wants to come to camp has the ability to do so, regardless of their ability to pay. So we raise about $2 million every year to kind of keep that in place. So with your generous support, we're able to do that. And I just wanted to reach out and say thank you to all of the over 500 campers that came to camp this summer and during our regular camp summer season. This year was a really big year for us. It was our 80th camp anniversary, and it was just amazing to think back in history about all the things that have happened at camp and to now see it in its current space. On August 9th, we were able to host our 80th camp celebration. We had over 300 folks here that came from alumni, staff, campers, family members, community members, and supporters of camp, and we all came together to celebrate for the day. It was a beautiful day here at camp. We created a new space on our playground, which is like a handprint wall. And people were able to come and put their handprint on there and leave their mark here at camp. And we're going to continue that process through through every year. We're going to add on to that wall. People had the chance to come and see old friends and meet some new ones. And we also had a chance to ask people what camp's impact was all about for them. We were lucky enough to have that all captured, and you'll be able to see it on some of the video.
When I was 7 years old, I lost my hand in a farming accident. 10 years old when I first came, and I'd never been away from home. They had so many things to do, you never thought about going home till it was time to go home, you know. It was beautiful. I was a camper here from 1960 to 1967. It made me realize once you have friendship with somebody, you'll always have a friendship. After I retired, I went to work for a used car dealer in Caribou, Maine. He'd go to Massachusetts to go get cars. This guy come behind me. Are you from northern Maine? I said, yes, I am. Are you Paul Merceau? I said, yeah. He said, I went to Pine Tree Camp. His name was Dave Farr. I had seen him for over 50 years. to be met in the world. You don't forget friendships. Pine Tree Camp is unforgettable.
When I got here at 8, it was a shock to see people treat me like an equal other. I lived in Edison, Maine, which is a small town in down east Maine. It's extremely isolated, and my parents needed a place where I could be a kid. You know, I got eggs from the chickens every morning. I weeded the garden, and I did stuff. But what the camp does is it helped me understand that it is up to me to dictate my needs. As a disabled kid, we're constantly faced with our limitations. And so when we get here, you just feel free, you stand taller. We become far more human. It's truly, truly like coming home. It's exhausting living in a world that simply is not made for you. So it just allows you to sort of exist without being in that funnel of pain when you're a young, disabled kid who has consistently been othered by your either extended family or your community. The energy that is instilled by these facilities and camps like this literally teaches us how to be people. Pine Tree Camp is powerful, powerful.
Here at the Prescott Theater, though, what that meant to us for programming is that we're able to offer this amazing space for campers to do theater, music. We had some live performances, you name it, it happened here. So that was just such a great opportunity. This year we had a music therapist that we worked with that was able to do all kinds of amazing and creative programming. And so we were just so excited to work with Cabin Masters on this project, as well as the Prescott family, to provide this space for the campers to have a true and authentic experience to be live on the stage. The other exciting thing that happened in 2025 is that we continued our leadership and training program. This summer, our leadership and training program had 16 participants in it. So these are younger high school students, sometimes campers of ours, former camper alumni, and they're able to come in and work a program that we've created that allows them to take the chance to really get into camp and see how camp works. They get a chance to work in all the different programs and program spaces in camp, as well as in the cabins. It just allows them to get some real hands-on experience in working here at camp. That they can actually take into the future and use it to build their resumes. So we were so excited. This was an amazing group of young people that came in. Several of them are going to come back in 2026 and work on staff. And the goal of that program is really for them to gain some work experience, but also it helps us get staff for future years. So we're so excited that that program is successful and working. We created a brand new curriculum this year that will support those staff going forward for many years to come. They were able to work a couple of days a week. They were split into 2 different groups, and they just were an amazing group of staff. So we're so looking forward to next year's leadership and training program, as well as some of the staff from 2025 working in 2026. This summer, we hosted Camp Dirigo. Camp Dirigo is a program for children that are deaf and hard of hearing. They come to camp for 6 days. The staff that work with them and are here to support them are also deaf adults. So they're immersed in ASL, American Sign Language, and they're provided with all the same camping opportunities that everybody else is, but they have that group of kids, and it's really set up so that they build those really strong relationships with themselves as campers, but also with some of the adults that are out there in the communities to support them. It was the vision of Joshua Seal, who was our interpreting services director for many years, and he really wanted a place for kids that are deaf and hard of hearing to come and have a camp experience, and also learn a little bit about themselves here at camp, gain some independence, know that they're not alone out there, they're not the only ones. Some of these children that come to camp are the only people in their community or in their school that use ASL. So it can be very isolating for them. So he really wanted them to be able to come and have this great camp experience. The other piece of it is that he wants them to also kind of start to do some career exploration. So that's a really important piece of what we do at Camp Dirigo. This year we expanded the programming and allowed children that are a little bit younger to come to camp. So kids this summer that came to and attended the program, some of them were ages 5 all the way up to ages 16. The younger campers that came, most of them came with their family members, and we used a model that we use at camp all the time where we have a family cabin so that family members can come and support their camper when they need to, especially a lot of times when it's, kids are not quite ready to sleep away from home when they're younger than that. But their parents were able to come, and the kids were assigned to cabins and had programming to do, and the campers' families actually had stuff to do together as well. It gave them an opportunity, the parents as well, to kind of really connect and talk and learn from each other. So it's a great model, and we really look forward to continuing to grow the program and adding more campers. This summer we were close to 30 campers came to camp for that programming. In 2025, we were actually able to expand our facilities staff that we have here at Pine Tree Camp. As we all know, Pine Tree Camp encompasses 285 acres, has over 35 buildings, year-round water and septic for a lot of the buildings, and it really requires a whole team of people to work. We were fortunate enough to add a new facilities director, Scott Cook, this year, and he has really pulled the team together to do some amazing projects. One of the big projects that was completed this summer, and at the end of the summer, was we extended our nature trail. So we have over 5 miles of accessible trail systems, and they're beautiful, and we're able to have families come out and access them all throughout the year. So we're really looking forward to kind of adding and building more onto that. On top of all their day-to-day responsibilities for keeping camp running and running smoothly, they've done several projects here at camp, Nature Trail being one of them, but the other one being we're adding some pieces to our playground. So we added a really gorgeous wall that has the camp symbol on it, and we're starting to put everybody that comes in that stays at camp can put their handprint on it. It's just a beautiful extension, and it adds some color to our playground. They also did some extensive repair work to our treehouse, which if you haven't been there, you've got to come and see it. We're one of the only accessible treehouses in the state of Maine, and they're keeping that up and running for future generations. So we're super excited about that. The other exciting thing that's happening on our playground this year is our pine cone pathway that we're building. So people can buy a brick and they can have their name on it, their family's name on it, anything that they'd like, and we're gonna build a whole accessible pathway through our camp playground. And it's gonna just add a lot of extra access for our campers and for our visitors that come to camp. So we're looking forward to that, and if anybody needs more information, just reach out to us and we'll be able to share that information with you. So we have some really exciting plans for 2026 for the upcoming season. A big piece of what we do is constantly recruiting staff, and we're working really hard to gain some new partners for that opportunity to try to get the best quality staff that we can possibly get. Our other piece is we're really looking to recruit more campers for our children's sessions. So what we're going to be doing, my team is going to be doing over the winter, is going out and really developing some new partnerships with school systems, with some of the other adaptive programs in the state and in New England, and really trying to build some of those pipelines to get some new campers into camp and make sure that everybody has access to be able to come to Pine Tree Camp. So we're really looking forward to that. We're going to kind of take what we like to think of as taking camp on the road. So Pine Tree Camp on the road is going to go, and then we're hoping that we'll be able to go to some events and bring some of our adaptive equipment, and also to some of the schools that possibly could be impacted by some of the changes that are happening in funding, so maybe not able to come and spend time here or get to us. So we're hoping to be able to get to them and really take our show on the road. So we're really looking forward to that, so stay tuned for more information. The last thing I'd like to say to you, all of our donors, is thank you from all of us here at Pine Tree Camp, from our staff to our campers families. We couldn't do what we do without your support, so thank you. Pine Tree Camp is just one part of Pine Tree Society. We have many other programs throughout the state. I'd like to take this time to introduce you to Shelly Zielinski, who is the program director for our community support program in Auburn and in Scarborough, and Karen McClure Richard, who is the director of the Early Learning Center.
I'm Karen McClure-Richard, Director of the Early Learning Center with Pine Tree Society. Thanks to your incredible generosity, the Early Learning Center has been able to purchase essential outdoor equipment and clothing that transforms our playground into an extension of our classrooms. Your support helps children learn, explore, and thrive in the outdoors every day. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Shelley Zielinski, and I'm the Director of Adult Support Services.
I'd like to give a huge thank you to all of our donors for making so many experiences and activities possible for all of our clients. From purchasing items like Legos, household items, games, and craft supplies from our Amazon wish list, to funding larger experiences like boat rides, attending local Maine sporting events like the Maine Mariners hockey, Maine Celtics basketball, the Portland Sea Dogs, and museum tours, to just name a few. So much of what we do wouldn't be possible without your generous support of our programs and clients.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.